In this video, we are going to show you the perfect itinerary for Casablanca, the coastal metropolis, and the financial capital of Morocco. One of the questions we get the most is how to build a logical itinerary in a gigantic city that many people only use as an air connection. Many people make the mistake of landing at the airport looking at the mosque from the outside and fleeing straight to Marrakech, missing the chance to explore the wonderful hidden palaces, to walk along the promenade facing the Atlantic, and to taste the best seafood and sweets in the entire country. Casablanca requires strategy to take advantage of the electric tram system and to admire the French colonial architecture without getting stuck in chaotic traffic. To see the absolute basics, focusing only on the central square and the giant mosque, you need 2 days. But to explore the coast calmly, visit the traditional market of the New Medina and take a super fast train trip to the capital Rabat. We recommend 5 full days. That is why we have prepared a super complete 5-day itinerary with the best of Casablanca and its surroundings, so you do not waste time. So let us get started. What is the best time to visit Casablanca? The city has an oceanic climate that is a great relief compared to the extreme heat of the Moroccan desert. The best time by far is spring and autumn, especially the months of April, May, September, and October. This is when the days are super pleasant, the sea breeze is refreshing, and you can walk along the avenues without sweating. Summer in July and August is also a good time to visit the city because thermometers stay around 78 degrees Fahrenheit, but the humidity is quite high, and the beaches are completely packed with locals on vacation. Winter from December to February is not freezing, but it gets very windy and rains somewhat frequently, which can ruin your walking tours along the waterfront. And how many days to stay? The #1 mistake is treating Casablanca just as an airport layover of a few hours. The recommended minimum is 2 full days. The ideal is 5 days to use the metropolis as a comfortable base with very high-quality hotels, and take day trips by train to the Atlantic coast cities with the tranquility that vacations demand. Now, let us get to the day by day. Day 1. The arrival and the Atlantic breeze. Arrive through the immense Mohammed V International Airport. The smartest way to leave there is to go down to the basement of the airport and take the direct train to the central station of the city, escaping the unpredictable traffic. Check in at the hotel and go straight to see the Anfa neighborhood and the La Corniche region. It is the most sophisticated seaside promenade in the country, lined by tall palm trees on one side and the rough ocean on the other. Walk along the waterfront feeling the sea breeze and observe the cosmopolitan lifestyle of the locals who run and stroll with their families around there. In the late afternoon, choose one of the elegant private beach clubs, sit on the panoramic terrace, and order a wonderful fresh mint tea. The sunset in Casablanca, watching the orange fireball dive into the ocean waters, is simply unforgettable. For dinner, take advantage of the location and go to one of the excellent seafood restaurants in the Corniche to eat a grilled squid or extremely fresh whitefish caught the same day. Staying in a good region will make your trip much easier and safer. The strategy in Casablanca is to stay close to the modern electric tram lines or facing the sea. The first and most luxurious option is the La Corniche region itself. You sleep lulled by the sound of the waves, are surrounded by the best restaurants and clubs in the city, but luxury resorts charge the highest prices. The second option is the Gauthier neighborhood and the Marif area. It is the smartest choice for those who want to do everything on foot. They are chic neighborhoods, full of trees, elegant stores, art galleries, and wonderful boutique hotels. The third option is the center near the United Nations Square. It is a noisier area and very focused on business, but it is super practical because you are glued to the train stations and the classic French architecture. We created this personalized map that explains exactly which is the best region. Staying in the Gauthier neighborhood or on the La Corniche waterfront, you cannot go wrong. We will leave here on the screen code and in the video description the link to this map. We created them on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices and free cancellation. And remembering that in this link below, we always organize everything you need to set up your entire trip for the lowest price. The sites we use to build our trips, and that have everything much cheaper, such as an international virtual cell phone chip to have internet on the street, travel insurance with discount, which is vital in Africa, tickets for the mosques, and guided tours, good and cheap hotels we have already stayed at, and the global account to carry dollars, saving a lot on fees. Save this page in your favorites. Day 2. The Engineering Miracle and the New Medina. In the morning, take a red taxi and go to the #1 attraction and the great postcard of the city, the gigantic Hassan II Mosque. It is one of the largest mosques in the world, and its minaret reaches over 650 feet high. Buy the ticket for the official guided tour because it is one of the only temples in the country where non-Muslims can enter. The interior has colossal wealth with shiny marble floors, hand-carved wooden ceilings that open with giant motors, and walls lined with mosaics. In the afternoon, escape to the Habas Quarter, also known as the New Medina. Built by the French, this neighborhood imitates the traditional Arab alleys, but with wide and clean streets. Walk through the stone arches and buy wonderful crafts and leather slippers with peace of mind, without the aggressiveness of the old markets. Do not leave here without visiting the Benis Habas pastry shop hidden in an alley. Buy a box of the famous gazelle horn sweets filled with pure almond paste and orange blossom water. They are the best in Morocco. Day 3. French art and the charm of cinema. Start the day at the immense Mohammed V Square. It is the administrative center of Casablanca, full of pigeons and imposing water fountains. Take a complete walk around the square just to observe the architecture of the government buildings, which is a brilliant mix of the French Art Deco style, with classic Islamic geometry full of tiles and white arches. Walk to the old Medina near the port. It is a more rustic and authentic labyrinth where locals do their daily shopping for vegetables and spices. At the end of the day, put on your most elegant clothes to live the most famous experience of the city. Book a dinner well in advance at Rick's Cafe. It is a restaurant built to be the absolutely perfect replica of the piano bar from the classic Casablanca movie. The environment has romantic dim lighting, very high-quality food, and a pianist playing the iconic songs from the film. It is a night of pure nostalgia. Day 4. The perfect day trip to Rabat. Reserve this day to use the fantastic Moroccan train system. Go to the modern Casa port station and take the fast train to Rabat, the political capital of Morocco. The trip takes only 45 minutes in very clean and comfortable trains. In Rabat, feel the atmosphere of an extremely organized, clean and green capital. Visit the Hassan Tower complex, a gigantic minaret of an unfinished mosque surrounded by dozens of marble columns under the sun, making for incredible photos. Right next door, enter the Mohammed V Mausoleum, a building with white walls and a stunning green roof that houses the royal tombs under an honor guard on horseback. In the afternoon, get lost in the blue and white alleys of the Kasbah of the Udayas, an ancient military fortress on top of a cliff facing the ocean that looks like a little piece of Greece in the middle of Africa. Take the train back and sleep in Casablanca. Day 5. The largest mall in Africa, and farewell. On your last day, if you like luxury and modernity, take a taxi to the southern end of the waterfront to see the Morocco Mall. It is one of the largest shopping centers on the entire African continent. The mirrored architecture on the outside is already impressive, but the great attraction is inside. Right in the center of the mall, there is a gigantic 3-story cylindrical aquarium with thousands of colorful fish and a panoramic elevator that goes up inside the tank. Do your last souvenir shopping in the modern stores or buy European designer brands. Have lunch at one of the beautiful restaurants in the complex facing the Atlantic Sea. Return to the hotel, grab your bags, and take the safe train ride back to Mohammed V Airport for your flight back home. An important tip that will save you a lot of time and money is to buy tickets for paid attractions, guided tours of the historic neighborhoods, and day trip excursions well in advance. On the spot, everything is always more expensive and much more tiring to negotiate on the streets. We will leave in the screen code and in the description the link to the site we always use to buy tickets and tours for the lowest price. It is the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Everything at the lowest price, and you can buy in any currency and guarantee your spot in a very safe and practical way. An important tip is about daily transportation. Use the modern electric trams without fear to cross the city. They are cheap and free you from the chaotic traffic. When taking the small red taxis, the unbreakable rule is to get in and demand that the driver turns on the meter immediately. If he tries to negotiate a fixed price, say, "No, get out," and take the next one. Avoid renting a car to stay inside the city. Driving there requires a patience that you do not want to spend on your vacation. Quick gastronomy tips. Forget the heavy lamb for a moment in Casablanca. The king is the fish. Order the seafood tagine, which brings squid and white fish stewed in a seasoned tomato sauce served bubbling in the clay pot. In the fine French pastry shops scattered around the Gauthier neighborhood, have a coffee with milk accompanied by a perfect and buttery croissant, a delicious heritage from the colonial period. And of course, buy the pure Moroccan almond sweets in the New Medina. Mandatory documentation for international tourists and safety. Visa. Most Western citizens do not need a visa for tourist trips of up to 90 days, which makes planning immensely easier. Your passport needs to be valid for at least 6 months. Travel insurance. To go to Morocco, international travel insurance with high coverage is an absolute necessity. The climate, the drastic change in spices, and the water cause food poisoning very frequently in tourists. The public hospital system is not the best place for foreigners, and the good international private clinics charge thousands of dollars for emergency consultations and exams. Immigration might not ask for it, but it is your safety. We never travel without it, and in the link in the description there is the comparator we use to pay much less at the best insurance companies. Safety. Casablanca is a busy business metropolis, and in tourist areas it is quite safe during the day. At night, walking through rich neighborhoods like Marif and Gauthier is peaceful. The main care you should take is with motorcycles crossing the streets without warning, and with small pickpockets in very crowded markets or crowded tourist spots. Always carry your bag in front of your body. And how much does it cost to eat? Casablanca has European big city prices in some places, but offers affordable options. A well-prepared fresh fish dish in a chic restaurant in La Corniche, facing the sea, can cost from $20 to $30. An elegant afternoon coffee in a French sweet shop costs around $12. But if you go into the Medinas and eat the traditional grilled ground beef sandwiches with vegetables, you will spend about $4 to $6 and eat wonderfully well. And what to do at night? The night in Casablanca is vibrant and much more westernized than in the rest of the country. High society locals gather in sophisticated beach clubs and luxurious hotel bars around La Corniche to drink wine, listen to electronic music, and dance facing the sea. If you are looking for a night more focused on gastronomy and romance dinners in Parisian restaurants in the Gauthier neighborhood, or of course the jazz-filled theme night at Rick's Cafe, are the best choices in the city. And if you are traveling with your daughters or the whole family, Casablanca is a very welcoming city full of distractions. The large square with pigeons and fountains is always an absolute success. The giant aquarium inside the modern mall yields an entire afternoon of wonderful smiles. The great advantage of Casablanca for families is that the infrastructure of the seaside promenades allows walking very safely away from the frantic chaos of motorcycles that exists in the alleys of Marrakesh. If you liked this detailed itinerary, like the video and subscribe to our channel to travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a safe trip.